here's our X-ray tube. Our X-ray tube has two parts or two sides of the tube. We have your positive and negative side of the tube. The positive side of the tube is called your anode side. Kapag nakalimutan, just think anode. Okay, meaning think positive always. Okay, the negative side of the tube naman is your cathode. Okay, so your cathode has two parts, your filament, dalawang filament, and your focusing cup. Okay, the purpose of focusing cup is to focus the electrons produced inside the filament. Okay, so kapag nag-half push po tayo, magbibigay po tayo ng current sa ating filament. Kapag nagbigay tayo ng current sa filament, umiinit ang filament natin. This heat now gives off our electrons. The boiling off of electrons is termed as your thermionic emission. Okay, thermionic emission. These electrons now is pupunta sa target with the use of our kVp or kilovoltage peak. Binibigyan natin ng energy itong electrons na pumunta dito sa target. Ang tawag dito is electron acceleration. Electron acceleration. Okay, diba? Half push, full push. So kanina, merong nagtanong, paano kapag hindi na full push or binitawan habang half push? So ang mangyayari guys, wala tayong image formation. Kasi nga, hindi tayo nag-full push, hindi natin na-accelerate itong electrons papunta dito sa target. Remember, X-rays are only produced if a fast-moving electron from the filament hits a metal target. Okay? Dito na papasok yung electron interaction with matter natin. The usual target material is your tungsten, while your filament naman na material is made of thoriated tungsten. Okay, tungsten for high heat dissipation and thorium for higher efficiency sa paggawa ng electrons. Yung tungsten, ginagamit din siya dahil mataas ang melting point, mataas din ang atomic number which is 74. Mas mataas ang atomic number, mas mataas ang energy of X-rays na naproproduce natin. Okay, so again, we can produce now X-rays, electrons. When a fast-moving electron hits a metal target, nabubuo na po ang ating X-rays. Meron po tayong nabubuong 1% X-rays and 99% heat. This 1% X-rays is divided into two. Or meron tayong nagagawang two types of radiation here. We have your Bremse and characteristic radiation. Simula tayo sa Bremse. Your Bremse-Strelong radiation is produced, again, di ba? When fast-moving electron, galing to sa filament, hits a metal target, your target is tungsten. Okay, this is a tungsten atom. Your Bremse-Strelong radiation is produced when a projectile electron hits tungsten atom, and then lumapit siya, malapit sa nucleus. Okay, kapag lumapit na siya sa nucleus, nag-slow down siya. Ang pag-slow down nito, lumiko siya or nag-deflect siya. Pag nag-slow down, magre-release ng excess energy in the form of Bremse-Strelong radiation. The higher the deflection, the higher the energy of Bremse-Strelong radiation. Kapag maliit ang angle of deflection, mas maliit din ang Bremse-Strelong radiation energy. Kaya yung Bremse-Strelong radiation natin, these are the type of radiation na walang fixed energies. Paiba-iba ang energy sa Bremse-Strelong radiation. The other type of radiation is characteristic radiation. Ang nangyayari dito, this is the nucleus, the extranuclear portion, meron tayong K, L, M shell. Merong mga electrons sa shells. Again, when a fast-moving electron hits a metal target, X-rays are produced. So, papalapit ang projectile electron natin dito sa K-shell electron. Tumama siya sa K-shell electron, na-ionize ang K-shell electron. Ionization po ang term for the removal of electron. Na-ionize. Pag-ionize na to, nagkaroon ng gap, ng vacancy. Naging vacant ito. Dahil vacant itong slot na to, si L-shell electron gustong pumalit dito sa vacancy, mag-fill in ng vacancy. Kaso nga lang mataba si L-shell electron, kaya gusto niya munang magpapayat. Ang pagpapapayat ni L-shell electron na i-release po niya as excess energy or your characteristic radiation. Okay? So, napunta na dito si L-shell electron. Now, meron again vacancy sa L-shell. Gustong pumalit ni M-shell. Kaso nga lang, mas mataba si M-shell electron compared to the L-shell electron. So, nagpapayat uli siya. Nag-release again siya ng characteristic radiation. Ang tawag po sa pag-fill in ng vacancy dito is your electron cascade. Okay? Electron cascade. Okay, balik tayo sa X-ray tube. Meron na tayong dalawang types of radiation na na-produce. Nag-drawing ulit ako ng tube dito. Yan. Okay? So again, meron na tayong 1% X-rays na nabuo. And then, meron tayong mga, hindi lahat kasi ng energies na nagawa natin are of high quality. Kaya filter out natin siya gamit ang aluminum filtration. Your aluminum filtration filter out soft X-rays. Or these X-rays are not usable sa ating image formation. Ang tawag dito is your beam hardening effect. Okay? Hina-harden natin ang beam para lahat ng lumalabas dito are useful radiation. Ang lahat ng lumalabas dito na beam is termed as your primary beam. And then, meron tayong patient dito. Okay, pag tumama ang ating primary beam sa patient, pwede siyang mag-deflect, pwedeng lumabas sa katawan ng pasyente. Ang tawag doon is scattered radiation. Meron ding iba na na-absorb. So, ibang topic na yun, pupunta na yun sa X-rays interaction with matter. Next topic na natin yun. Kapag lumabas dito sa patient, ang tawag dito is exit beam or remnant beam. Okay, so your exit beam and remnant beam now forms your image. Okay, meron pa tayong isang type of radiation dito. Kapag ang radiation lumalabas dito sa tube or sa metal enclosure, ang tawag dito is leakage radiation. Okay, so yun lahat-lahat ng summary natin of X-ray reduction. Any questions, guys? Clarifications?